Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my transfer plans for Game Week 22 and also how I'm currently getting on in Game Week 21. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment what are your plans for the next game week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, I'm currently on a red arrow from 9k down to 12k. I'm sitting on 31 points. I did take a hit this week though, so I'm technically on 27, which isn't too bad. I do still have 5 players left to play. Unfortunately though, one of those players is Cameron Archer, who may not even start, and he may just come on for a cameo and just get me 1 point. So I'm not really too excited about that. I feel like I will be getting a red arrow this week unless Saka absolutely turns up against Palace. But let's go over what my team's currently looking like. So in goal, Martinez picking up 9 points, an absolute hero. I was really hoping that he would reward me soon for going with him over like other goalkeepers, and he did pick up a 9 point, which I'm very happy with. I just need now Areola to concede. So if Cameron Archer somehow gets a goal against Areola, that would be absolutely perfect. But either way, Martinez picking up 9 points, Gabriel still to play, Estepinian still to play, and then Pedro Porro picking up 6 points as well. Conceded 2, got an assist, and still got like 2 bonus points as well. This is what I mean, like, you don't play Porro for the clean sheets because Spurs don't get many. You play him for the attacking potential and the sheer amount of bonus points that he gets as well. Like 6 points, 2 bonus from conceding 2 is absolutely ridiculous. That's like unheard of for a defender unless you're like a Trent or a Trippier or something like that. But I will gladly take the 6 points from Pedro Porro. My hit this week was Hee-Chan out for Douglas Luiz. It might seem like a stupid play, and it probably will be in the long run, but I did it because I had no bench at all. I had obviously Hee-Chan, Salah, and Kabore on the bench. I was playing Anderson, so obviously I'm kind of expecting Anderson to only get like 1 point or 0 points or something like that, and if he does, it won't look too bad. But in hindsight, because Douglas Luiz didn't really get anything, it probably looks like a bit of a bad play. But I guess if Anderson gets 0, then I guess I've only really taken a -1, because obviously the 3 points that Douglas Luiz has brought to the table, if Anderson gets 0, potentially conceding 4 or picking up a yellow card, then yeah, I mean a -1 wouldn't be too bad, like especially to get Douglas Luiz in, and it just strengthens my bench as well. What probably will happen is Anderson will score a bullet header and finish on like 8 points, which will be really annoying. But Arsenal away is a really tough fixture, and Crystal Palace aren't that good at the moment. So yeah, I mean I kind of brought him in for the potential penalties, and obviously the fixtures coming up for Douglas Luiz, and obviously the other reason was I now just have enough money to bring Haaland in for Cameron Archer in Game Week 22 if he's back. But this obviously was before the information that Haaland has now had a setback and he's potentially going to be back by the end of January, which is of course when Game Week 22 is. So if Haaland is back, then I'm praying that there's not like any crazy price changes, and I've just got enough to go from Archer to Haaland. I think I've got like 9.4 mil in the bank or something. Haaland hopefully gets a price drop soon, which makes my life a little bit easier. But yeah, as of right now, that was why I couldn't really upgrade Douglas Luiz to like a Richarlison or a Bowen or anyone like that. Well, probably not Bowen because he's injured, but you know, that would obviously been the smarter transfer. But then next week, or in Game Week 22, if Haaland's back, I would have had to take a hit to bring Haaland in anyway. So if I shape up like this, I do have enough to bring Haaland in. But again, this was before the news that he's had a setback, because obviously a lot of people were expecting him to be back like at the end of the month, which he still potentially could be. But either way, we'll talk about transfers later on. So yeah, Douglas Luiz picking up 3. Foden was my transfer this week. Who did I get rid of? I got rid of Son this week for Foden. Obviously not ideal, only picking up 2 points. Alvarez only picked up 2 as well, so it's not too bad. De Bruyne came on and really stole the show. I feel like Foden was a little bit unlucky though. Definitely should have scored. I mean, Alvarez definitely should have scored as well. He missed a couple of chances. So yeah, Foden picking up 2. Cole Palmer picking up 10 points. Obviously, a lot of people captained him this week, which is why I'm on a red arrow. So like I say, if Saka can match that, then I should be on a green arrow. But again, it's weird as well, and I know I'm completely contradicting myself because I've always said that Saka doesn't really have a haul in him, which is why I never really want to captain him. I just went for him just simply because he's on penalties. I know that Palmer is as well, but I just feel like he's got more attacking potential than Palmer. But that could definitely like come back to bite me. Like Saka could get absolutely nothing. They could like lose 1-0 to Palace, and then obviously you look really silly. Palmer is my vice captain, so if for any reason Saka doesn't play, then obviously I'll get the 10 points from Palmer regardless. But I don't know, I've still got faith in him. I hope that he pops off. I hope that he gets something, because otherwise, yeah, it will be a red arrow. It all depends on Saka this week, really. But either way, yeah, Saka still yet to play. And then up top, Archer obviously still yet to play. I'm not really expecting too much. He may not even play, and like Anderson might come off my bench, which is another reason I took the hit, because if Archer doesn't play, at least I'll have Anderson coming off, even though he's probably going to get like 0 or 1 point. And then Watkins picking up 1 point, and then of course Solanke still yet to play Liverpool at home. And then the bench, like I say, Turner away at Brentford, and then Anderson away at Arsenal, and then I've got still got Salah and Kabore as well. I obviously took out Trent first opinion this week as well. So yeah, I don't know. The Douglas Luiz one, like I say, if Anderson doesn't play, well, he's going to play, but if he picks up 0 points, let's just say Arsenal win 4-0, which hopefully he does, Saka gets 4 goals, then obviously it would look like a pretty good transfer, because I wouldn't have really lost. I would lost 1 point, but I would have strengthened my bench. I don't mind taking a -1 for like a player, you know, for an extra transfer. That's not that bad at all. So we'll see what happens there. But either way, I'm currently on 31 points. Obviously, there's not going to be that many videos this week because we're still in the midst of Game Week 21. Anything can happen with like cup games and stuff like that. I'll probably just bring out a video like every other day. Like Wednesday, I'll probably be team selection. We might make a wildcard draft. But even though wildcard draft's kind of pointless because obviously there's still so many more games to play. And then we have more time until Game Week 22 regardless. So yeah, it's very much a bit of a boring time for FPL right now, only having a couple of games a week. But yeah, that's what I'm currently on. Talking about transfers though, like I said, I've got 9.4 mil in the bank, which is obviously just enough to go from Archer to Haaland, and that will be my transfer if he's fine, because Burnley at home is a fantastic fixture, and he obviously will be my captain as long as he's okay. Like if he doesn't start, then obviously I wouldn't be bringing him in. I'd just bring him in the week after. If he's not back, I'll probably just roll, because Haaland is the player that I want to bring in, and you know, when he's back, I won't have to take a hit or anything, because I'll just have enough money to go from him. And obviously next week my team's looking pretty good regardless. Like I've got Anderson, who's got Sheffield United at home, so I can just play him regardless, and I can just bench Archer and then just play a 4-4-2 instead, and then maybe captain Foden or something like that, who's got Burnley at home. So that's kind of the idea there, but there's not really anyone else I can bring in unless I downgrade someone. But there's not really anybody that I kind of want to downgrade. Like I could obviously get rid of Anderson this week and bring in like a Dan Burn, but they've got Villa, and you know, Anderson's got Sheffield United at home. That'll probably be my transfer in the future. I'll probably get rid of Anderson for Dan Burn, because Dan Burn's then got like Luton, Forest and Bournemouth, I think, all in a row. Another thing is obviously Gordon's someone that I'd like to own in those weeks, but I can't bring Gordon in because obviously I don't have enough money to then bring Haaland in. So that's the situation. The only player that I can really kind of, I guess, transfer out is Foden, but the only reason that I brought Foden in, because if you remember my team selection video, I was talking about maybe Richarlison or Odegaard or something like that, but obviously we've now got information that City double in 25, and so that was kind of the final nail in the coffin. Like I was like, well, I may as well jump on these City players now, and then bring them in. And I know that Foden is a rotation risk, and that is something that worries me, but you know, I don't really know who's going to take his place. I can't really see Grealish playing instead of him, and he's kind of playing in the middle now a lot more as well. I think if anyone's going to lose their spot, it's definitely going to be Alvarez, because De Bruyne is probably not going to start a lot of games, but he might start coming on for Alvarez. I think that Foden's had a really good season. Pep's been speaking really highly of him. I can't really see him losing his spot. So, yeah, either way, 27 points because of the hit. A red arrow down to 12k. That'll probably change a bit more as well, because I think a few people around my rank have played Trent this week. And obviously, if he is not playing, then a lot of people have like Porro coming off the bench and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm on like maybe a 13-14k red arrow, but again, still a lot of players left to play. Still a lot of things can happen. We're only halfway. There's not really much point in like taking your rank too much into account right now, because a lot of things can change. Like if you've captain Palmer, obviously you're on a green arrow most likely, but you know, a lot of people are still captain Saka, so if he goes really, really big, like he may even outscore Palmer, he may get a goal and an assist, and then all those Palmer captures are suddenly looking at a red arrow. It's a little bit like the Alvarez situation a couple of weeks ago, where people were captaining like Alvarez and Son and players like that, and then Salah obviously went and got like that 30-pointer, well 16-pointer, but obviously 30 of captained him. It's one of those, like you can't count your chickens until like they hatch. Like you just got to wait for the game week to be over, and then you can obviously regroup and see what happens. So anyway, that's the transfer plans. Like I say, I'll do team selection in a couple of days, wildcard draft, all that jazz. Let's move on to the knee-jerk reactions of Game Week 22 though, and the most brought-in player is Kevin De Bruyne. I still personally wouldn't bring him in. Like, I don't think he's going to start a lot of games. Obviously, he came on and completely changed the game, got a goal and an assist, and I think he got 3 bonus as well. Absolutely just insane performance. And like I say, Burnley at home is a fantastic fixture. It's just, are his minutes still like they need to gradually get better. And, you know, he said himself that he's ready to play, but he knows that he can't play every game. So yeah, I don't think he'll play both of the double either way. But yeah, I like him, but again, I just don't think his minutes are up there for me to bring him in. Palmer, another player that a lot of people are bringing in as well. Like, yeah, he's just someone, if you don't have, you just have to bring him in. Like, he's just been such a good enabler, but not even that. He's just on penalties and he's just playing really, really well. They do have Liverpool away, which isn't the best fixture, but then after that, Wolves and Palace. He's not really, he's kind of fixture proof as well. Like, obviously the fixtures are going to get a little bit worse. Like, they've got Liverpool, City, Spurs coming up, Newcastle, Arsenal, but at the same time, like, he's a 5.8 mil player on penalties that's starting every game for Chelsea. Like, and Chelsea have actually been pretty good attacking this season. Like, the numbers are actually decent. So yeah, he's not a player that I would ever think about getting rid of, especially if you got him cheap as well. If you got him when it was like 5 mil, then fair play. And then Porro, another player that a lot of people are bringing in. His price is just getting higher and higher, but that's just he keeps delivering. They've got some really nice fixtures as well. Brentford, Everton, and Brighton and Wolves in the next 4. 3 home fixtures there as well, and then Palace at home as well after Chelsea. So yeah, I really like Porro as an option. I like Richarlison as an option as well. It's just when Son comes back, you know, that's when things are going to start getting a little bit interesting, because Son's probably going to start, you know, maybe playing down the middle. Like, Werner is going to start competing for Richarlison and stuff like that. So it's going to be a whole situation. But over the next 4, I think the Richarlison's nice. And then Isak as well. A lot of people are bringing in Isak. Again, Aston Villa away is a tough game. But then after that, Luton, Forest and Bournemouth. Really, really nice fixtures. I don't know if... I think Wilson might still be injured or something, because obviously Isak's playing a lot of football right now. But yeah, I think he's okay. But like I say, when Wilson... I don't know if he's injured or not. I don't know why Wilson's not playing. But that's the only problem with Isak and Wilson. They're just massive rotation risks with each other. And then Foden also being brought in by a lot of managers. Yeah, unlucky not to return in the Newcastle game. But I've really kind of brought him in for the double. And then obviously the 3 fixtures before that as well. Will he play all of these fixtures? Probably not. But hopefully my bench is strong enough by that point to kind of deal with the fact that he's not going to be, you know, playing. So we'll see what happens there. Either way, though, that's the most transferred in players. Most transferred out, we have Salah, Son, Haaland, Bowen, and Trent. So there's not really a lot to talk about the most transferred out. Like, 2 of these players are obviously away for international duty. Haaland's still injured. Trent is injured. Trent is supposed to be back in like a few weeks, so potentially could be back for Chelsea at home. If not, then he should be back for Arsenal away, which again is not the best fixture. But then they've got Burnley. But then there's a whole like blanks and stuff like that potentially could happen with the Carabao Cup and FA Cup and stuff like that. So you have to also take that into account. And then as well as that, Bowen, yeah, apparently he's going to miss the Sheffield United game. I don't know. There's conflicting reports, but he should be back for Bournemouth. So I do like him as an option, but obviously yeah, I don't know. The injury's a little bit interesting. He's been a little bit injured this season. He's definitely missed a couple of games. But either way, that's the most transferred out players. And that does wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What players are you thinking of bringing in for Game Week 22? How are you getting on in Game Week 21? Subscribe if you're brand new. We're on our way to 10,000 subs. If we could hit that by the end of the season, that'd be insane. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.